anyone has the experience with Rebase and how you are using Rebase in your environment, and what is the difference between a merge and a Rebase? Okay. Honestly, I don't use Rebase much, but I mean, I'm using Git for like now, like close to 11 or 12 years. And I know there are some developers who are really strict about using a Rebase. Let's start with the Rebase and then we will go to the Rebase Interactive. So like I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of this Rebase, but I work with the developers who are really cautious about creating a commit history. So basically, there are some developers. So you have seen that I'm writing this Git commit message, right? And I'm putting all these basic information like resolving merge conflict. But when I work with some of the developers, they said that your commit message should tell a story, like what exactly you are doing. Here it's saying resolving merge conflict. What merge conflict you are resolving? It should have all the information. So let's say down the lane, like in next 1 month or 1 year, if I see that commit message, I will say, okay, what exactly this particular developer has done? Or if I left that particular company, what exactly that developer has done that thing at that particular moment of time. So your commit message should tell the story. Okay. And that is where Rebase is helpful. So let me give you an example which will clear you out, which will clear your doubt, like what exactly the Rebase is. So let's say, again, out of this main branch, we have created a feature one branch, right? And there are a set of developers who started working on this in this feature. Okay. So they are doing their stuff. And few days back, we created this feature two out of the same main branch. So it has all the commit from main, but these guys don't know that there are some set of developers who are working on the feature. Okay. And these guys start working on this feature two request. Okay. So if you look at here, we have created this feature one branch first, and then we have created feature two branch, let's say after a few days or after a few hours, whatever it is. And just assume again that these guys have done their work. They have finished their work earlier and they're able to merge their changes back to the master. So now feature two changes is merged back to this main branch. Okay. And few days back, this feature one, these guys have done their work and they merge their changes to master. So this main branch, feature two developers, they have done their changes. They have merged it to the master. And then we have this feature one developers who done their changes and they merge the changes to a master, to the main branch. Sorry, not master, main branch. Okay. This is fine, right? If you look at from my perspective, I will say, okay, because these guys have done their work, they have changes their work, and they're able to merge the changes to the main branch. But if you look at some developers or some specific product manager, according to them, we have first started working on this feature one. So our commit history should look like this, that, okay, we first started working on this feature one. We have done the changes, irrespective, we have merged the changes, whatever point of time. This feature comes first and changes got merged here. And then we started working on this feature two, and the changes, whenever it is been merged, it will merge first, but that feature came last. So our commit history will tell the story. Okay, this is how we proceed. Okay, so that's why I told you guys earlier, whenever you started working on something, you need to understand the command. So rebase, just try to understand the literal meaning. It is made up of two words, re and base, right? We are trying to change the base of the commit. So in this case, the base should be like main feature two feature one. But in order to tell a story, in order to make a commit history look pretty or the way it is need to be, we are going to do something called a rebase. And the rebase means it should be like this. And like I mentioned, if you don't know rebase, you are absolutely fine. Your Git journey will not be hampered. But for some specific set of developers which I have worked, they want a absolutely perfect commit history. And that is where they use this feature called rebase. to look the history the way it should need to be. Any confusion? If you don't know about it, it's perfectly fine. You don't need to worry. But in specific odd cases, I found like I worked with few of the developers and they just want absolutely things need to be perfect. And that is where you need to use something called rebase. Just remember this word rebase. We are changing the base of your commit, the way it need to be. It's pretty complicated. And that rebase interactive is called a sys army knife of Git tools. It's called rebase interactive. And it has lot and lot of features.